on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Remember, buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at CrackTheFemaleCode.com. Hey, this is Benev again, and today we did a session, and we also did a boxing session. And Benev's actually doing both. As I said, I used to train professional fighters, and I'm getting back into it now. So we're doing this whole club scene, fight club. Benev's training to actually compete, and we're also going to do like a training center also. So anyways, that's another story. So here's the reason why I brought this up today is two reasons. Benev, if you watched one of the last videos, Benev, I taught him how to go internal. Okay, we're going to talk about Benev's experience real briefly, and then we're going to talk about what I call internal power, which is real power. And we're going to talk about what is power. And a lot of my clients are like, what do you mean internal awareness, inward power? Like, what are you talking about? It's power. The reason why I bring it up, because I was showing him a Mike Tyson and Kevin Rooney video, and in there Kevin Rooney talks about it. He wasn't quite conscious of what it was, but he literally said, well, we'll get to that in a minute. So briefly go over what your experience was like, and just start however you want. Like, I was teaching you how to. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we had a little session a couple of days ago, and Mike taught me how to open up, and the experience was basically I dropped down to this place of complete just letting go, and it was it's a different feeling. I haven't felt that before for sure. I was completely open. Yeah.
So for people who are brand new to this, now I know a lot of you have seen the other videos, so just kind of bear with us a minute. Internal power is when you come out of your forehead and you open up, and then you access all of your brain power, and you drop down inside and you connect with all your neurology, and that is power. That's social power, okay? Let me say this right now. I was going to do it later, but I'll do it now. So a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean power? It sounds egotistical. No, it's the opposite. What most people think of as power is very small. It's called the ajna, and it's push energy, and it's like you're trying to get power over people. Those are bullies. Those are jerks. Those are egomaniacs. I'm talking about the opposite of that. You open up to your own personal power. Here's the funny thing. Tony Robbins talks about it and uses that phrase. He never teaches it because Tony's actually doing what's called external power. He's not doing internal power. Now, when I opened you up to being internal and taught you how to do it, what happened? How was it? What was it like?
It was probably the best experience ever. The base of it is you feel so good inside yourself that you really don't care what's going on outside. You can pay attention to it, and in fact, you can do things better out there. Mm-hmm. But you're just so into yourself and feeling great.
Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, you got to watch one of the other videos. We've been making a video series. He really talks about it. This is like the second or third time talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So he's a little burned out talking about it. All of my coaches in football, boxing, and kickboxing, stay focused, stay focused. Most men go external. No, they mean internal. Keep your sense of self. Be internal. Here's how I always knew I was going to win a fight or a wrestling match or competition. I was internal, and I could feel it. That's the discipline. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to do that in a much more powerful way, in a much more effective way. Now you're like, well, what does this have to do with dating and relationships? Well, it's more than that. It has to do with dating and relationships, business and sales, because it draws people to you. You're not pulling them. You're not sucking their energy. You're literally going neutral, which is a very new thing to most people. But what have you noticed when you go outside, when you're like that?
I'm just calm.
Do you try to get people's attention?
Not at all.
Do I?
No.
What happens?
People just come to you.
They stare at you. They're like, well, who's it? What's going on? Because it's a different way of being, and it's really an energy thing, and it's a shift that you do. Did you feel like your energy shifted?
Yeah.
Completely.
Big time.
All right. I'm not going to go into that too much because we've got more here. You watch the other videos to get that. So what this is not, it's not power over people. You're not trying to control people. You're not trying to get people to buy your product. It's having internal power when you open up, and then they're drawn to you naturally without you having to manipulate or pull them, and it allows you to step into your power.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Again, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was one other thing on there. It feels like a drug, and the reason it's basically, I think we were talking about it in the other video. It's kind of like having a drug experience to where you literally feel in your body like really, really smooth sensations, really calm, really centered, and but at the same time solid.
Yeah, a
So
lot of people who've done shrooms and LSD, like you talk about, all these sensations. It really, all it's doing is it's allowing you to come inside your body. You're opening up to your right brain without the negative side effects. Now, that's what shrooms and LSD do. I've never done shrooms. I've never done LSD. The difference is it's kind of a drugged out experience. Now, if you take the drug effect out, you're like, whoa, what is this? Is that what it was like?
yeah, that's what it was
It
like.
was awesome. You're very conscious of it, right?
Yeah, sitting at the table, you're just taking everything in, and you know what? We've already tried to explain it, but you really have to. It's an experience thing. You can talk about it all you want, but you won't feel it. You really have to get to that place to know what we're talking about.
Right, right. So it's an experience. That's how you're going to understand what it is, and then you'll from there be like, wow, I could do business better. My brain's working better. See, you're very much inside, and you're present, and you're very much alive. Okay, most people shut off because of computers. And they get this very linear thing, and it makes you look like this, like an idiot. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, a lot of times when you're just out and about in the world, you can catch yourself like you're not really there. Like let's say you walk down the street and all of a sudden you're at the end of the street and you don't really remember the experience of walking the whole thing. It's kind of like you're not all there all the time. You're not very present, but this really opens you up and you take in every single moment. You're there all the time.
Would you say this is much more than just being present? That it's almost like I want to say spiritual experience.
I would say that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people hear about awareness and being in the present moment. Number one, they don't even know, they're saying words, but they're not there. This is there amplified. And ladies, I can show you how to do this too. A lot of women love to. Here's why I do this. Because when guys are in the now, when they're in the present moment, it's so much more than present moment. What we're doing is consciousness. You're opening up to your left, right, and your lower brain, so everything in your body and mind and all your nerves is functioning, and you're on fire and you're alive, and yet you're completely relaxed.
It's kind of like waking up. Most of the time you walk around and you're not all there. It's sort of like just waking up from a dream. And I guess the biggest thing for me, it just allowed me to be okay with everything in my life.
Right.
That was the big thing. Where
Now,
you can,
go ahead.
yeah, where I realized that I don't really have to have everything fall into every single place. It was just like life just comes to you,
Yes.
you know? That was the.
And
that was
everything
awesome.
does fall into place. It's just like you just go through life, and it's. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was it.
All right, the reason why I made this video was because I was showing him some Mike Tyson boxing techniques. We were showing him a video, and then we'd stop and I'd show him how to hook and do all this stuff and what Mike Tyson is doing. And then Kevin Rooney, one of his top trainers, he said, it's like when I watch him, it's like he goes inward and he goes in. What did he say? Inward somewhere, or
It goes inside.
he like goes inside. I think he said inward is what he. Yeah, I believe he said inward, and I'm laughing because Kevin Rooney doesn't quite realize what he's saying. It's this internal power that I keep talking about in my courses, and a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? When you experience it, you're going to look at all these athletes and go, whoa, and you'll be able to see like that guy's going to win. How do you know? Because he's internal versus the other guy being all external. Okay, your power is not out there. Your power is inside. Come and learn how to access your power, whether you want to make more sales, be a better business person, have more influence, be able to meet girls. This will give you power in every area of your life. That's why a lot of people are like, well, what do you do? What do I really do? I teach internal power. I teach people how to access this sense of power that every human, every man, every woman was born with. It's already yours. You just have to remember and be taught how to access it again. And it's not that hard, is it?
No, it took, I would say, less than a minute.
Oh, well, it took longer than that.
Longer than that.
Well, how long did we talk before? I was actually walking you through it.
Oh, okay.
You thought I was just talking, huh?
Yeah. In the beginning, it
All
was
right.
sort of like Mike was talking about a separate thing, and then when I...
Seemed like that's part of the technique. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess at one point I asked him a question, and from then I thought it really started, but I guess it was way before that.
Yeah, I was walking him through some series. I do something called conversational hypnosis, and it really seems like I'm just talking. Would you say that?
Yeah.
We did a session today. It was about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, when are we going to get started? I'm like, oh, we started like an hour and a half ago. So anyways, so that's all I wanted to say. If you want to learn how to step into your power, what is this stuff? Sorry. Oh, that's just my notes. All right, so if you want to learn how to step if you want to learn how to step into your power, get your butt in here, and we'll get you there, okay? It's really something that'll change your life. And you know what? I took all the Tony Robbins courses. You get all fired up and you do all this stuff, you know. But that is a sliver of what I'm going to show you how to do. And I'm going to show you how to actually step into your personal power. Hey, this is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com and catch a clue. Anything?
That's about it.
All right, peace.